Welcome to Cody in the Cinema. I have another exciting month of announcements from the Criterion collection to discuss with you. These are being released in December. I think this is another great month from the collection, and it helps it maintain that premier status that the Criterion collection as a boutique label has long enjoyed. Starting with Return to Reason. This is 4 films by someone named Man Ray, and I was unfamiliar with these. Note they are not going to be 4K. Everything else here is, but this won't be. These are surrealist dreams. They are called high watermarks of 1920s avant-garde cinema, a nexus of creepy themes, abstraction, montage, superimposition, distortion, and it just seems like something I'll be really into. I'm not sure if it's a fair comparison, but I often talk on this channel about Man with a Movie Camera. It could be something like that. I don't know. For those of you that know more about these films, you'll have to let me know. I don't know how much restoration there is here. I don't know if we're getting new film, the one already exists that's, say, marked by Letterboxd, because a lot of these on Letterboxd don't seem to be very long, so I don't know, like I said, the length or how much there actually is to this, but this is something that we need more of, okay? I've been looking at Flickr Alley a lot lately, and their silent films. I'm really excited for He Who Gets Slapped, which is going to be part of the clown movie video that I'm going to do, but I'm so glad that this is coming out, and so this is something I will be picking up, and I'm excited to see. I will also be picking up the next of these, His Girl Friday, 1940 Howard Hawks. And it's coming with the 1931 film The Front Page. And that is a pre-code adaptation from, I believe, the play The Front Page. And Howard Hawks had an idea. I'm looking at my notes from the website when he did this film to turn the reporter from the play into a woman. And if you've seen the film, I've seen it once many years ago. It is funny. It does have that quick-paced dialogue. It is about this divorce and this remarriage in this newsroom between these two characters. And I think Cary Grant in that film, anytime we can expose people who are, maybe they only know a name like Cary Grant or something that's essentially G-rated, and we can get them into the larger world of film, I think that's very important. And I love when the Criterion collection does that. And we already have Arsenic and Old Lace. That's a great inclusion in the channel. And so the more Cary Grant we get, I think the better that is for those of us who like film preservation and study as a whole, if that makes sense. And I'm looking forward to seeing it in that 4K presentation. I love the cover art on it. I think it's really cool. I talked about it on my channel. I just watched Palm Beach Story, the Preston Sturges film. Really enjoyed that. And it's kind of making me want to watch some screwball comedies again, including, I just mentioned Arsenic and Old Lace there for Halloween. So I am excited for His Girl Friday. I'm glad we're getting a 4K of that. But the thing I'm most excited about, I've got a few more, just kind of going in order here of how I looked at them on the website. For me personally, Salam Bombay, this is, if I'm saying the name correctly, Mira Nair's 1988 film from India. This is the one I'm most excited for. Visually, story-wise, this really looks like something up my alley. Roger Ebert talked about this film, this documentary-like, filmed in the streets kind of film. He said that it's remarkable how well she creates the street world and tells us the rules without seeming to force her story. One of her secrets is location shooting. Not a single scene in the movie was shot on a set or in a studio. And some of the scenes, including a funeral procession, according to Ebert, were shot with hidden cameras to capture unrehearsed behavior from the spectators. I know that there is something to do with drug dealing in here. There is commentary on prostitution. It draws compellingly naturalistic performances from a cast largely of children that she actually met on the streets. This kind of stuff, I really think this is going to be that kind of hard-hitting, almost like neorealism that I enjoy so often in films. So if you know anything about it, you'll have to let me know. It's a kaleidoscopic portrait, it says. Seems really interesting there from the late 80s. And what I did look at of the trailer just really had me intrigued. So I think those are a terrific first 3 that I looked at. There's another one that I'll probably be getting this one too. I'm a big fan of Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger, and we get I Know Where I'm Going from 1945, which I think maybe already had a DVD, but this will have a 4K and a Blu-ray. And I've seen scenes from this, including this one. I Know Where I'm Going declares headstrong, upwardly mobile Joan Webster en route to her marriage to a wealthy industrialist, and I think they end up on an island off the Scottish coast, it says. Black and white enhances the mystical air of the setting, a folkloric world where legends and curses still hold sway, a beloved romance. And, that pair of directors, really nice. I love Michael Powell here. I've got Black Narcissus pulled out. This is a really good Christmas time watch, so if you end up picking up I Know Where I'm Going in December, check this out too. It has a really pretty snow scene in it. But, every time I know this come out in December, and every time I think of December and movies I want to rewatch, I always forget to put this one back on. So, great film there. And I'm excited to have I Know Where I'm Going. Another film that I think is really important for the collection to pick up, and I've been waiting for something like this, and it has an awesome cover, probably the best cover art of these newly announced titles. This is Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Tim Burton, 1985, one of the most eccentric comedies of the 80s, a pop culture touchstone that helped make a manic oddball named Pee-wee Herman into an icon for outsiders of all ages. And I watched a scene from it. It is kind of charming. I've heard Quentin Tarantino talk about this character. I am not, this is not an identity I'm super familiar with, but I think that anytime we can get people who maybe, again, are only involved in this kind of niche interest into the greater world of the Criterion collection, that's always a win. And it's something that I'm glad is in the collection. I won't probably get it, but those of you that, if you think I should, let me know. Tell me more about it in the comments, but I'm glad it's in the collection. And I was also really excited to hear about the last of these, David Byrne's American Utopia. This is another Spike Lee film into the collection from 2020. And this is a documentary of the Broadway adaptation of his acclaimed American Utopia tour. And you can look at different clips and stuff of that online pretty easily. It was choreographed with an inventive minimalism that became a signature of his live performances, and that's certainly something I saw looking today on YouTube, that minimalism. And I don't know a whole lot again about this either, but I think anytime you can get more Spike Lee into the collection, that's very important for those of you that have never seen Do the Right Thing. It is one of the best, most accessible films in this collection. It's certainly one of the funniest and has some of the best artwork in the collection on the cover. So I'm always excited to see more Spike Lee. I am trying to get a hold of a copy of Malcolm X. I just want to get a good price on it. I haven't seen that in many years. I watched that in a dorm room in Chicago years ago. Kind of an interesting experience to just be able to absorb that film. But I think that this is a really good month for them. Again, they are the premier label for me personally. I've liked Radiance. I've liked Imprint. Just different labels. But for me, this helps keep them where they belong at the top. And I hope that they keep doing this, right? Having this array of different kinds of films. So do me a favor, click the like, thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content today. Tell me what you're most excited for in the comments, and subscribe if you haven't to Cody in the Cinema.